Hello, Tom. First thing I want to talk about that's going to help you with this, there's two or three things that we need to address here. Setup really looks pretty good other than the ball. If this is driver, the ball needs to be out in front of this foot at least 3 or 4 inches. Trust me on that because it will force you to turn and rotate to hit the ball, and you will actually hit it when it's ascending instead of at the bottom of the swing arc. What I would rather see is either moving the ball forward to achieve that or bringing your foot back in line with the club head. I think that's an easier way to look at it. If this foot was back where the club is and there was a little more of a gap on the ball, if both of those, that's actually how I teach it, having the foot in line with the club head and then about a 3 or 4 inch gap. It's easier to rotate. That will help you to begin with, because what happens is, even this seems like it's harmless where it is, but it forces you on the downswing to have to flip and throw your hands instead of being able to just rotate and hit it on the upswing. Okay, now let's talk a little bit about the move that you're concerned about, because what I'm seeing is almost a little bit of a redirect or reroute at the top. And I think it's from the arms working independent. That's a good shoulder turn. And believe me, right here where you are, you can murder the ball if you just turn from here. But what happens is that extra move right there starts to take the club behind you a little bit and gets redirected from the inside. Now you're going to be coming this way. I don't like swings that come from the inside. And because this has actually been changed. But if your backswing just came up right here, boom, and then you started the downswing, we're going to talk about that in a second, you're going to see a big difference. But that extra little move right there, and that might be something that you've done for a long time, is going to be a little more difficult to fix. And what you get here is your chest is behind you a little bit now, and you're going to slide, and you can see how your hips kind of slide instead of just turn and rotate. Yeah, if you stop just a little sooner right here, it'll feel funny to you like you haven't finished, but a quarterback throwing a football down the field doesn't have to wind his arm around his neck. He just takes it back a little ways. It's how fast you turn and pull with your body rotation, pull your arms down. That's what I want to address with you mostly, because you said you're letting your arms drop. They don't drop on their own. They are pulled with your turn. Once you get to right about here, now is where you're turning. That move, see how you're rotating? That's the move that should pull your hands down. But there's a little bit of a hip move right there before you turn. This is excellent position here. Now what you want to do with your rotation is pull these arms back in front so your elbows will line up with your hips. Your hips move by themselves way out to here. Now they're pointing down the line, and they have to stop so your arms can get caught up. And this is typical of someone learning to turn, and that's why I have the Ross move. It's to let you know that you're turning your body, but they can't just spin out. This is a spin out essentially, and then you fix it with the back hand right here. See the shaft bent this way? That's what I was saying. With the ball out further, it's easier to just rotate and hit it with your body turn. I want to look at this view here. And excellent setup right there. That is very athletic. Your chin looks up. This is ideal. You should feel like your front shoulder is pushing back, winding your shoulders around your spine. And when it's done, then you unwind your hips level and just turn and pull your arms back down in front. But what happens is you turn your shoulders. This looks pretty good right here. Club head. You're turning your shoulders. That looks good. And right in here, you really don't even need to go much farther. This does not have to get up and parallel. But you can see the reroute. Look at the direction. See, the club came up right here, and we want it to just come right back down, and it can if you unwind your hips. But if it turns, and now it's in a different direction, you can see it's coming down steeper, almost coming down in this direction rather than back the way it arrived. See, it's arriving this direction and getting changed with that move with the hands. See, the hands are actually doing that. And if the hands do nothing right here all the way through the swing, if they did nothing right here to reroute it, when you start to use your body, it'll pull your arms down. The arms don't move on their own. They don't drop. This won't get redirected. You can see this is coming in a different direction. So what I would say to work on this is get the ball forward, foot and club are in line with each other, club head, ball in front. Push back with your shoulder. When your shoulder touches your chin right there, you're done. Then use your rotation to pull your arms down and turn all the way through. You want to feel your body pull your arms and club back down in front of your body. So at impact, back right about here, see how far your hips are and the arms have been left behind? The hips and body are turning. This might be a little bit of it. I'm seeing now in your back heel. You want this heel to come up, but you want it to come up as the hips have rotated. Once the hips pull the arms down and turn, that heel kind of comes up. If that is trapping you back there. I would really focus on shortening that backswing for now, because you're going to hit it. You can turn as fast as you want once you've gotten your arms and club back in front of you. The key is to not be so far behind you here that you can't get back down in front. And so if you get into this position here and then you pull that down with your hip turn, you're going to get back down, and all your clubs you're going to see, you're going to be back in front of yourself, and you want to be able to use all of your mass to continue turning with your arms already back in front of your body. See right here, your hips are already pointing down the line, and you have to catch up with a flip. Now this just takes practice. Another way you can do this is with a shorter club, is just take back about into here and then start the downswing and pull your arms back down in front because you haven't gone back very far, and get used to where the hips, you're using the core and the hips to pull the arms in front, and they all work together as you continue to turn through. And you're going to see a big difference because the club won't be so far up here and taking a long time to get back down. Try that, and even if you have a drill, send me some more swings if you practice with it on a smaller level. Don't worry about whether you've paid or not. I would just want to look at it and make sure you're getting some of these things straightened out. Hands are got to be passive, and this foot will come up, but it will come up due to the turn, not necessarily coming up right there on its own. Yeah, we want the rotation to pull that foot up and around. Okay, Tom.